Good morning, students. Today class I am going to discuss about laws of motion. In this we have discussed two laws of motion. That is, first one, what? Every body wants to be at rest or in motion until it is acted upon by external force. So from that law we come to know that an external force is needed to change the motion of a body, that we consider as momentum. Momentum is equals to mass into velocity. Means we can make a body in rest to motion or motion to rest by applying some external force. So that is, that external force is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. That equals to what? We have derived the derivation as F is equals to ma. This is second law of motion. And Newton's third law of motion is very well known to all of us. What is that? That is universally known. If you don't know physics also, this law has been known to everyone. That is what? Very simple one. For every action, there is an equivalent opposite reaction. For every action, there is an equivalent opposite reaction. That is Newton's third law of motion, where we can see all these applications of Newton's third law. Everywhere we can see, right? For example, I place a pen on this bench, on this book. What happens now? This body remaining rest on a book. The body exerts a downward force. So this body is exerting downward force, which is equal to its weight. That is called what? Action. The table in turn exerts on the body an equal force in opposite direction. That is called what? Reaction. So when you place this pen on this book, the force acted by this pen on this book is called what? Action. And the book also exerts an opposite force in the opposite force in, or a force in opposite direction. That is called what? Reaction. Since both action and reaction are equal, the body is at rest. If action is more, it falls down towards it penetrates through the book. If the reaction is more, it will move to a height, right? But here it is in equilibrium, means that the action is equals to reaction. Next, in the same way, have you watched cricket, right? Yes. When a bowler bowls a ball, the cricketer hits the ball. The force exerted by the bat on the ball is called action. And the same way, when the ball makes contact with bat, the ball also exerts the force in opposite direction. That is called what? Reaction. And general reaction acceleration we can feel where is. You step in a boat, in a shore, that when a person jumps ashore from a small boat, what happens? That the boat is pushed away. Means you are exerting force in one direction, the boat is moving in opposite. That is action and reaction. And still some more examples we can say, right? Yes. A swimmer pushes the water, and the water provides sufficient reaction to move forward. So the gravitational force of attraction between two masses constitute an action and reaction pair. So all these comes under action reaction pair. Means, for example, if you consider two objects A and B, if this exerts force on B, force exerted by A on B is FAB. Assume that the B also exerts force on A, that is FBA. According to the second law, FAB is equals to FBA, but in opposite direction. So that is Newton's third law of motion. So based on the concept of Newton's third law of motion, we are going to explain the very important question of this chapter for 3 marks. That is law of conservation of linear momentum. Very important one. Okay, listen. Law of conservation of linear momentum. What is statement is the total linear momentum of an isolated system or interacting particles is conserved. What that? The total momentum, which momentum? Linear momentum of an isolated system or interacting particles is conserved. The total linear momentum of an isolated system or interacting particles is conserved. Okay, so this is what law of conservation of linear momentum. Now we are going to prove this statement. Means what we have to prove? That there is no loss of momentum. Means we have to prove that initial momentum is equals to linear momentum. So for this I am going to take an example.